Welcome to the Lockbox! Lockbox!
Welcome to the Lockbox, Lockbox. Hello guys, and welcome to a new edition of the Lockbox, episode 3. Today I'm joined again by Senlex and Borsha. Hello guys, how are you?
Hello, mate. Very well, thanks. How are you?
Hey there.
Yeah, not too bad. What are we going to talk about today?
Game update 26.
Yep, that recently came out.
Yeah, pretty nice so far, I think.
Yeah, some nice changes.
Lots
Do
of
you think they
scrimmaging.
heard our yeah, did you think they heard our concerns about the vault?
Yeah, I think so. I'm glad they got rid of them bloody balls.
Yeah, the boxes are easier to smash as well, which
Yeah.
is good. Get in there, get your
Not a lot
loot,
of
and
new,
get out of there as quick as possible.
It's not a lot of new stuff though in the vault, is it really?
I haven't had anything new yet.
Same old.
I haven't had nothing new either. I just go in there and I just smash boxes and get money and green stuff. That I've got all the green stuff now. But I thought he was going to get rings and other stuff in there.
I thought as well.
I got
but...
a ring,
What ring?
but it's the same ring that I already had. It was like just, I don't know, a mic ring.
Brown
which
ring.
I already had. No. It's like it was one of the rings what used to be in a lockbox. So
But
that's
if
what
I'm-
they've done. They just put the necklaces and the rings from the lockboxes into the vault.
Yeah, but Sen, you're
But
a
they're the
tank,
same
so
CR
if I'm
mine.
right, then you should not get the troller rings and healer rings anymore.
Well.
Oh yeah, because it's assigned to your class, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, according to some reports on the forums, people's been getting other roles as well. So.
Maybe it's not been fixed properly yet. I don't know. What about the lockbox? What do we think about those lockboxes that are dropping?
That's actually good. I
It
haven't
is,
had a cola yet. I had a couple cybernetic stuff and some of the new styles. I haven't had a cola yet, so that's good.
I think they're doing wonders for our economy. Because the stuff that's been dropping in those boxes, I've been putting up for hundreds of thousands on the auction house and it's been selling.
Which is for the
Great for
EU
feet
a lot of
points.
money. EU PC, that is.
Yeah, I personally managed to complete the Noble Warrior style.
Oh, really?
And cybernetic style already, and the Zealot. The Zealot style.
Those
Three of them
styles,
done already.
they look pretty good as well. I really like that mercenary style, the Deathstroke style. I want to get that chest.
Yeah, I think that's the best one, the Deathstroke style. I wasn't too impressed by the Superman style.
No, it's a bit too samey. And the Batgirl style as well. Looks okay, but I think the ears are too short on the headpiece. It's more like a Catwoman.
Yeah. Agree with you on that.
What about the Lethal Zealot style? The Owl style. That looks pretty good.
Haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
actually.
Snow Owl.
Yeah, you have.
He's a guy from our league. Snow Owl's got the whole set for it now.
Oh, really?
He looks like a big owl, yeah.
Oh, well, I have to check that out then.
That's one of the ones I finished. I was wearing it in pink today, Bush.
Is that the one?
Yeah. That's
Yeah, you look
complete style.
horrible. Oh, no, I definitely don't like that style.
Looked like a dildo.
Yeah, big one.
So what's all this scrimmaging about then? Because I thought scrimmaging was something that you did when you haven't got much money.
No, that's...
It's where you can set up pre-arranged PvP matches. You don't get no marks or feats or anything.
I
so
thought
you
it
can
was
set
like
up a team of
scrimping
5.
though. When you're like scrabbling around for like the last pennies to buy something from the shop. Isn't it that?
No, it's
no.
PvP.
Maybe it's Americanized scrimmage. We used to
Yeah.
use that term when I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6 back in the day.
Scrimmage.
The Americans did. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Scrimmage and
So what is it about though? What actually is a scrimmage then?
Well, you can get a team together. Say you want to do a 5v5, so you get a pre-made together of 5, and then you can fight another pre-made 5v5 even in your league. So you can set up kind of tournaments yourself, because you just go, yeah, well, I want to fight against these people. And then it does it and
okay.
then puts you into arena.
Because I
But you
wasn't
don't get
sure.
no rewards, so you can't do any match fixing for your marks and stuff. It's purely for the win.
I see. Purely for penis points. Who's got the biggest dong?
Moment of silence, huh?
I'm not allowed to say that. No, I'm sure I can. Who cares? We're recording it. So, game update 26. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up for me.
Yeah, we'll go to thumbs up because more feet points, and I love feet.
Yeah, and everybody loves feed points.
Definitely.
So is there
No
anything
news
else
on
on the
update
forums?
27 though. People complaining about the difficulty of the raids.
Oh,
Don't
they
want
should
to
be
really
shot.
bring it up too much because DLC 7's been talked about a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
They should be
I
hard
think
as
it's
nails
okay.
as well.
I think it's always the same when you get a new DLC or a new raid. You get all the people on the forums arguing and moaning about it's too hard, it's too easy. Or even if it is too hard, a couple of weeks later, it becomes easy because you get used to it. I think this is the same. It's a bit of a shock to the system because these raids are a lot harder, but if you consider like 3 weeks ago, we couldn't get through them at all, and now we can get through them.
Yeah, but they're not boring yet. And then
No,
it
no,
was
no.
boring after a week.
Yeah.
What's your favourite out of Nexus or Paradox, guys?
Nexus, I think. It's the easier one, but I like. Yeah, you can see they put a lot more effort into that one than the Paradox one.
I like the final fight on the Paradox, though.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. But I like the side bosses in the last fight on the Nexus as well.
Yeah, the parts.
Apart from
See,
the bouncing
with
balls, it's a good one. Because I hate them fucking balls.
with Paradox, I like the aspect that you fight very little trash mobs. There's only a few in the tunnels, and well, that's quite boring enough. But it's mainly boss, final boss. But I just find there's a bit too much trash in Nexus. The tunnels just bore me a bit.
You know what really does bore me in there, though? The two bosses that you have to take down at the same time.
2 sentinels.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, the 2 sentinels. When I get to that bit, I'm just like start to switch off.
But
maybe because
I really enjoyed the last fight.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of variation there with the different artifacts that you can get and the different bosses that you can choose to have in there.
Yeah, that is good.
No, it's a very good fight. With Paradox as well, though. I mean, Paradox, we can get through it, but I mean, there's a feat for getting through Paradox without dying. I literally can't see how that can be done unless you just stay in the beginning bit of the raid and not move and let everybody else do the work.
One to 7-man. Well, that could be quite an interesting concept. You know, do it like one night a week and just say, right, we'll just bring someone in, we'll get them their feet, and then the next night.
Tonight you're going to be sitting out. You're going to be on the bench.
Yay!
Yeah. You're
That's
gonna be
good. I'll
sitting
watch
in,
a movie and get a feat for it.
Yeah, but it's keeping us busy at least.
Yeah.
Still plenty going on.
Yeah, there's some tough feats in there. The one with the healing balls in the end boss. That's gonna be a nice one to do as well. I think the shielded face one that you gotta keep him trapped. That I think that's a nice one to do. Because you'll be 6-manning the raid for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, the end boss. So that's an interesting one.
So anything else on the forums? Anybody like to speculate on DLC 8? Because we know... No, DLC 9, sorry.
Which one is that?
That's going to be with Trigon.
Trials of Trigon.
Yeah, Trials of Trigon.
I
think when SOE Live hits... SOE Live's gone up here beginning of August, I think. So by that time we would have had DLC 8, Halls of Power. So I reckon we'll get a lot of information about Trials of Trigon
Yeah,
SOE Live.
we need some screenshots and more confirmation of what's going to happen in DLC 9.
Big,
I reckon
long,
it's,
hard raids. That's what I hope for.
I reckon it's going
Do
to
you
be
think
a
there
new power
are-
set as well.
Do you think we'll get like tier 6 gear then, or do you think they will, do like they done with the old T4 ops, make it like the codex stuff?
I reckon we might get tier 5.5. I don't know
We
about
already
tier
have that.
6.
That's already in
Well,
the
yeah, it
game.
can
That's
be.
that's the
Well, yeah,
87.
I guess the 87 stuff can be classed tier 5.5. So
I don't know. I'd class that as tier 5.
No,
No, I
it's
wouldn't
better
actually.
than tier 5. Tier 5 is the stuff you buy from the vendor.
No, I'd class that as tier 4.75.
I don't give a damn what you class it as.
I'm so good at fractions and stuff. All hail my knowledge
Well,
of
yeah,
maths.
your 85 is your tier 5, and then you got your 86, and then your 87. So, like, your 86 would be like, I don't know, tier
5.2.
5.1,
Yeah.
and then 5.2.
6.9. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about. We're just talking rubbish.
We always do.
So what should we... let's talk about some genre stuff, because that's what everybody's here for. Game of Thrones,
Oh,
episode 9.
oh.
No spoilers, though.
Yeah, go on, give us all the spoilers.
No spoilers, because people will hunt us down and kill us. But what is
I
our
don't
reactions?
care. There's been
What
done
are our
so much
reactions?
killing in that episode that
No.
I don't care anymore.
No, don't give spoilers, Borsch, for it.
Okay.
Well,
I was speechless for 2.5 hours after I seen that episode. Because I
was
haven't read the
genuinely
books. I don't
shocked.
know what's going on or what's gonna happen. So I was speechless.
Yep, genuine shock. It's been a long time since I've watched anything on TV or a movie actually, and something's portrayed on the screen, and my brain actually can't process what's happened because it's, you know what I mean? Because it was such a shock, I guess.
I'm still distraught now. My brain just can't process what happened in that episode.
Exactly. I think I need therapy now.
I do.
I think we should set up a support group.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, episode 9, because it's always episode 9 in each season, which,
The penultimate episode.
Yep. So we set up a support group, so every year, when episode 9 of Game of Thrones comes on,
Yeah, we'll
we
set up
can
a
ring each other
hotline.
up.
I just can't believe it, though. It's just... It was just... unexpected, because I personally haven't read the books. But, I don't know. It sort of makes me want to read the books up to the point where the series has got to, but then I don't want to read any further. Because
Yeah,
I won't
I've
want to know
actually
what
been
happens.
tempted now.
What, to read the books?
Yeah, I've been tempted, but then I don't want to turn into one of these people what go, wow, the book is always better than the movie, or no, in this way, happened this way in the book. I don't.
And
want
it's
to
a
turn
very
into one of these
multi-layered narrative.
Yeah. People can't accept when they make TV adaptations or movie adaptations of books that it's just, an adaptation, a base. It's not the same thing, so don't fucking compare the two.
Exactly. It's the same thing that happens with The Walking Dead, which is another favourite of mine. People, moan and they're shocked when something happens in the TV show, but it hasn't happened in the books. It's the same with anything that's, adapted from a book or a screenplay or anything like that. There are going to be differences. You need to make differences. Some things will work dramatically on screen, or in the book, sorry, that won't work on screen, so there has to be changes. Plus, you have to shock those people that have read the books.
Exactly. That is true. Yeah, some things definitely work better on pages than on the screen and vice versa. I've read some books in a time where I thought, how would that play on screen? And you'd be like, well, actually, that would be actually really boring if it played out like that on the screen or whatever. So yeah, I just don't think people understand that sometimes.
But the last episode next week, I can't wait now.
Me neither.
I'm really hoping that Joffrey gets stabbed in the eye or something. I doubt if that's going to happen though in this next
No,
episode.
not this episode, but I don't know.
Dragons, more dragons. That's what I want
More
to see.
dragons, more killing
Oh
Joffrey,
yeah.
More dragons and more boobs.
more boobs and bums, more Joffrey getting killed. Right, I've got some other news, some other genre news.
Oh dear.
I know that you're going to be very bored by this, but Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who, yeah.
Oh, go on.
Well, Matt Smith, who is the current Doctor, he has recently announced that he's going to be leaving Doctor Who in this year's Christmas episode, which means we're having one episode in the autumn, which is the 50th anniversary episode. He's going to be in that. And then at Christmas, they always have a Christmas special, but he's going to be leaving in that episode. He's going to be regenerating into a new Doctor. Quite shocked.
Haven't they already filmed that though? I swear
think
they read
so,
they've
yeah.
already filmed it although.
Yeah, but I don't like him as a Doctor that much anyway. I preferred David Tennant and his era because that, for me, was just a lot more fun, a lot more dramatic, and a lot more heart-rending storylines. So I wasn't. You won't know who these guys are, but when Amy and Rory left, I didn't like them as companions, and I was. When I knew they were leaving, I was like, yeah. I wasn't too bothered, but he's got a new companion now, Clara Oswald, and she's only been in a few episodes, really, and I think she's already made an impact. She's quite an interesting character. She's quite spunky, quite full of spunk, I would say. And, yeah, I think she's what a companion should be.
You're not gonna miss Matt Smith's floppy hair then?
No, I'm not really going to miss Matt Smith. I think they should bring David Tennant back. There has been speculation as well, though, that we may get the first female Doctor in 50 years.
That'd be an interesting route.
Because there are
Not
apparently...
that I ever watched Doctor Who, but
No,
yeah.
I never seen it.
That would divide a lot of fans, I think, when they often do that. I remember when in a Terminator, they made one of the last Terminators, they had a female Terminator. Or Terminator 3, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. A female Doctor, I don't know, it could work, but I mean, it's... If they were seriously going to do it, they should have done it earlier. I mean, Doctor Who is 50 years old now, and to suddenly turn around and have a female Doctor, I don't know if that's going to be a nail in the coffin for the TV series. I think it would upset a lot of purists of Doctor Who, which I'm not one. I'm far from it. But I don't know. It would be weird seeing a female Doctor. And please, don't get me wrong, I'm not averse to having a female Doctor. I've got nothing against a woman playing the part, but it would just be quite jarring to suddenly have a female Doctor. They would have to be somebody... If you watch one of the earlier seasons of Doctor Who with Catherine Tate as the companion, who is like a British comedy actress, she was a great companion. And I think that somebody like her would be a great Doctor.
How would they do it though? Because obviously he regenerates, but he's regenerating and changing sex. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can regenerate into... He has no control over what he regenerates into. It just gets chosen for him. But I mean, I've read about certain interviews and stuff in the extended universe, like books and things, like female characters have been referenced that have been transformed. The Gallifreyans, sorry, I was trying to get that word out. They've transformed into females from males. So it could happen, but I don't know. Also on Doctor Who news, Karen Gillian, who was the Doctor's last companion, Amy Pond, apparently she's been snapped up to star in one of the new Marvel movies. Don't know what character she's going to play yet, but she's apparently been signed up to star in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is one of the new Phase 3 movies, I think, in the Marvel universe that's coming up. And apparently she's going to play a bad guy, but we don't know who yet.
Interesting.
It's so great talking to you guys because you have got no clue.
I got no
talking
fucking
about
clue what you're
whatsoever.
talking about, man.
She's the one with the red hair.
I mean, I never heard any of those names. I never seen any episode or any trailer or anything about this Doctor Who. Turns into a male, into a fucking girl, into a she-male. I don't know what she turns into, but
That's why I'm always telling you guys, you've got to get educated. Got to get edumacated. I've got some stuff that you may know about, though.
go on.
Man of Steel, Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Can't fucking
11
wait.
days.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I've got the day off actually for that. Not
Are you
physically
going?
for that.
Are you
just
going to
I'll
see
have
it? The
off.
pictures.
Oh,
I am
well,
going to see it
I'll
in
have to.
pictures. But I'm going to have to go on my own, which I got no problems with. I'm going to get up early in the morning, and I'm going to see one of these morning early shows.
No friends.
So there's no kids
with
around.
an empty cinema.
Well, I'd rather see these things on opening day, but in the morning it's not so busy, and you don't get annoying little brats in the cinema talking all
Just
the way
don't
through
wear a
it
long
with their
overcoat
bloody
when you go.
Blackberries on and stuff.
Don't wear a long rain mac when you go.
It's too hot for that. It's too hot for that.
It's me, Alex, sitting at the back of the pictures with a long overcoat on.
Talking about the cinema,
Huh.
I used to be a projectionist back in my younger days.
What?
I used to work at cinema. Yeah, I used to be a projectionist. I used to run the projection suite. I used to do with all the films. We had to make up all the films because the films come in about 6 or 7 reels, so we had to join them all together to make kind of one big reel.
Oh, awesome.
You know. Yeah, and that was part of my job, making up films and threading them all through the projectors for each show and that. But the real good perks was you used to see all the films a couple of days in advance because films obviously get released on a Friday, sometimes early advance screens on a Thursday, so we used to get all the films in Monday, Tuesday or the Wednesday, and then like once your shift finished at the end of the evening, sometimes it'd be 1 o'clock, you'd then pop the new film on to make sure it's fine, make sure there was nothing wrong with the
Can't
print
you
or
go
anything.
back to that job now and then just say, oh yeah, I'm really good projectionist and stuff, and then when you get the Man of Steel in, just run off with it?
Yeah, and then
No, and I'll tell you why. Because
Why?
now it's all gone digital, yeah. Something say like a 14-screen cinema. It used to perhaps have a shift of 2 people on, and then the next shift would start, and another 2 people would start. Per day you probably have about 4 people working up. Now it's all gone digital. It's all hard drive based. It doesn't require anyone up there. It's all automated now. So that's the way cinemas have gone, all digital. It all kind of runs off.
Couldn't you get a job
computers.
there and then get on the computer, turn it into a WinZip file, and then email it to someone?
yeah, to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got some DRM in it.
Because I was considering breaking into the local cinema on the day before and stealing it off the projection reels, but now you've told me that it's all gone digital, there's no point.
Well,
Yeah.
just pinch
But
the
I
hard drive.
still probably have a few friends what's probably been working there. Maybe I should hook them up again. Say, hey, remember me from 10, 12 years ago?
Remember
See
me?
Man of Steel preview?
Well, I've got another little bit of news about Man of Steel, actually. And apparently there's going to be loads of Easter eggs in the Man of Steel movie, like that hint at the larger universe. And one of them is that apparently there's a scene in the Man of Steel movie where Zod destroys a satellite in outer space, and apparently it's a Wayne Enterprises satellite. So that sort of hints at the fact that there is a Bruce Wayne in the same universe as Superman in this movie.
Oh, that's quite interesting, actually.
Yeah. And anybody that reads the comic books, or anybody that reads a lot of comic books, if you've been following the comic series that is like a tie-in to the Man of Steel movie, it's set before the Man of Steel, but you'll also know that it mentions Supergirl, Kara Zor-El.
Yeah,
In the
you
comic
mentioned
book.
that in the last Lockbox.
Yeah, and she's in this universe as well, so we may get to see Supergirl in a future Superman movie.
Ooh.
But apparently they've really gone all out to put Easter eggs into the movie that are going to hint at other people, other comic book characters that you would recognise, or other personalities that you would recognise in this movie. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I actually can't wait for this one.
I think it's going to be better than all the other Superman movies combined.
Well,
It's going to be
considering the
amazing.
last Superman was a Polar Tough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Superman Returns.
That was rubbish.
Yep.
There's a couple of scenes in it. There was a couple of scenes in it that were quite good, but it just wasn't a Superman movie. If this does the same, I'm going to lose all faith in my Man of Steel.
No, it won't be.
Confidence.
Won't be anything like it.
I hope not.
You can tell that by the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
What's interesting is obviously Lex Luthor's not in this Superman.
I think that he'll be referenced maybe, but yeah, I think we've had too much Lex Luthor.
I think maybe he'll be in the sequel or something, and I think it'll be quite interesting how they portray that character, whether it be kind of closely like kind of the comic book Lex Luthor, I assume, or would it be like kind of previous films Lex Luthor's, you know, a bald man running around going, "Ooh, look at me, I have lots of money."
Yeah. I think Lex Luthor's been done to death in all the Superman movies, the original ones and Superman Returns. It's time to let some other supervillains shine. He's got so many to choose from as well. You've got Doomsday, you've got Brainiac, you've got Zod and Ursa and Non, or Zod that you'll see in the new movie anyway, but he's just got like a massive rogues gallery of villains that he can fight.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Next week we get the next Game of Thrones, and the week after we get Man of Steel.
We're going to be spoiled.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wet thinking about it.
Right. What else? I've got some other news as well. Stop me if I'm boring you, but...
No, keep going.
No, ramble on. Our listeners love it.
I'm sure they do. The longer the episode, I'm sure they love it even more. You remember the film Unbreakable with Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned this. M. Night Shyamalan.
Actually, before you go on, right, his films have got progressively worse and worse and worse. There's obviously his debut film, Sixth Sense. That was good, you know, big twist at the end, blah 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 blah. Then what was his follow-up? Unbreakable was his second one, wasn't it?
No, I don't know.
What was it about? I can't remember. I think I've seen it, but I can't remember.
It's a superhero movie, isn't it? In effect, it was like, one of the best superhero movies ever made. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
And Bruce Willis couldn't be harmed, and then he had his complete opposite, Samuel Jackson, who would like fall over. And
that one, with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
The train crash.
Yeah.
Too bad. But then after that, all of his films got like really quite shit. There was The Village, and I can't remember what he done.
I liked The Village though.
After that,
he did Signs. Okay. I liked Signs. He did The Village.
No, I didn't like
Signs wasn't too bad.
All these diehards were shit.
What's that got to do with
M. Night Shyamalan?
Bruce Willis.
Are we talking about M. Night Shyamalan?
Who the fuck is that?
The director.
The director.
Oh, right.
Fucking noob.
Yeah, great guy.
The thing I find with the Signs though, wasn't that one with the plants? The plants have taken over the world.
No, it was alien people.
What's the one with the plants? There's a film with plants.
No, that's War of the Worlds you're thinking of with Tom Cruise.
Was it?
Yeah. Anyway, back to my news about Unbreakable. M. Night Shyamalan says that he's close to figuring out a sequel to Unbreakable. which in effect would return to Bruce Willis's character from the first Unbreakable film.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
thing
think
with
it'd be
Bruce
good.
Willis at the moment, he's kind of like lost all interest. I mean, have you saw the new Die Hard? It looked like he just didn't want to be in there.
I haven't seen it.
You don't want to see it. It's
No.
absolutely.
I turned it on and I fell asleep and I never bothered to finish it actually.
I don't know about you guys, but I've lost more and more confidence in Bruce Willis as an actor as he's lost his hair.
I never really had it, to be honest.
As he's lost his hair, as he's got less hair, I think his movies have become worse.
He has done some good movies. Obviously, the first Die Hard was really good, and you know he got the Last Boy Scout. That was a good
Yeah, but he
movie
had
as well.
hair in those, didn't he?
It's
Yeah,
there,
guess
right?
so. Yeah. He's losing his acting ability with his hair. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Apart from Looper. If you've not seen that film, that is one of the best science fiction.
Actually.
It's one of the best science fiction films of all time. In my
gotta
opinion.
admit, I did like it actually.
I didn't like it, and I haven't finished watching it. I got about halfway through. I thought, this isn't going anywhere. This is boring me to tears. And I haven't finished watching it, and that was several months ago.
It's a
And
really good
I
film.
very rarely do that with films. Maybe I should finish watching it.
You should
Maybe it comes full
watch
circle.
it all the way through.
I don't like that main bloke who's in it, though. What's his name?
Ah, I know who you mean. It's on the tip of my tongue.
That's that. Isn't that that copper from The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude.
it's him.
I don't like him.
Why?
Don't like him. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. Don't know.
I thought he was good in Looper though, because they did make him look like a young Bruce Willis, and he even sounded like Bruce Willis. Anyway, we're straying off the point. Unbreakable 2. I think it's a good thing. I want to hear more about Bruce Willis's character from the first film. I want to see him in his stride as a superhero, saving lives, not getting hurt. I want to see where he can go with that. Because we sort of got a glimpse of it at the end of the last movie. He was sort of recognised as like a hooded figure that saved those children's lives. But
I can't remember it.
See him expand his horizons.
Another film, actually, what I'm looking forward to, World War Z.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Brad Pitt. I'm a fan of Brad Pitt. I wouldn't say no if I was gay. But apart from that... but apart from that, I think he's a good actor. I got a lot of time for Brad.
There's a lot of controversy over that film, though, because apparently it's had loads of rewrites. The whole of the end of the film was reshot because it was unsatisfactory.
Oh, don't say that.
No,
That
I'm
means
telling the
it's gonna be
truth.
pants.
It's been no. But with all the reshot film and everything, all the reshoots and the rewrites, it was shown at a test screening and people loved it.
That's like zombie apocalypse, isn't it?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I don't
still-
like zombie shit.
You see all the adverts for it, and I mean, it does look really good. Like zombies trying to get over that massive wall, and they're all clambering over each other. Just see like pile of bodies.
Boring.
Some zombie films are good. 28 Days Later, good film.
Yeah.
And then there was 28 Weeks Later, which was kind of okay actually for kind of a sequel. And Danny Boyle was toying with the idea of doing 28 Months Later, a third one.
Danny Boyle.
Good idea. Ever seen his movie? Was it Trance?
No.
I've not seen it either.
I've got some other news.
Oh, great. Go on.
Terminator 5.
Oh, another one?
It ain't dead yet.
Will this ever
apparently
end?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is really interested in doing a Terminator 5, but he wants the script to be exactly right for it before he'll commit to anything. And if what he says...
Let's get old Jim Cameron back.
Yeah, we need a good director for this one. James Cameron do a big like mega blockbuster movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know. Maybe make him the bad guy again.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Because I don't think his age would be a problem because they can, do the digital trickery on him to make him kind of look young again.
Yeah, like they did with Kevin Flynn in the second Tron movie.
I'm
But
glad
apparently,
Schwarzenegger's back.
Schwarzenegger is saying though he wants the script to be right, and apparently they're also looking at bringing back Sarah Connor and what's the other guy who was in the first movie? I can't remember. Reese. Kyle
Michael
Reese.
Bean.
Yeah, Kyle Reese. They want to bring his character back as well, which I don't know how they would do that because he died. But then so did Sarah Connor. She died in the movies. But
What
it's
about
a time.
bring back
It's a time travel
Robert
movie, so
Patrick?
they can do.
They
can do
can
anything.
do whatever they want. Never-ending story.
I saw Schwarzenegger's last movie, The Last Stand. Actually, really enjoyed it.
No.
Oh, for fuck's
Couldn't be bothered.
Come on. I'm not
Didn't
even
you like
gonna...
it?
I'm not even gonna watch it, man.
Yeah, but it really surprised me. I wasn't really expecting anything for it. I was like, it's Schwarzenegger's first proper film since he's come back. But it really surprised me, and it's one you can switch your mind off to, and he plays the role well. It's just like he's never been away. He doesn't act like he's the big man anymore. He takes his age into consideration, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, I want all these 80s movies, action movie stars. I just want them to. I want that
Die.
heyday from back. No, not die. I want them to come back and them to be as good as they were in the 80s. But I think as they get older, they like start to scrape the bottom of the barrel a bit. And I mean, like aging is one of the hardest processes to fight against, even with like special effects. But I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe you'll see in the future what Terminator 5 holds. One last bit of news for you. Sorry that I'm moving us on so quickly. But it ties into Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
And it ties into a new genre movie. The Imp, is it Tyrion Lannister?
Yes.
He has been cast as a new guy in the new X-Men movie, which is supposed to be coming out next year, I think.
Ooh, that is interesting, actually.
X-Men Days of Future Past, which itself is going to be a time travel movie. You're going to have the cast of the original X-Men First Class movie, mixing it up with the original X-Men trilogy cast as well. So there's going to be a lot of time travel involvement. But there's been speculation about which role he's going to play. And if anybody reads the comic books, X-Men Days of Future Past was a big comic book storyline in the X-Men comic books in the 80s, I believe, which was a time travel storyline, and it's set in the future where all the mutants are being killed off by these things called Sentinels, which are giant robots. And Tyrion Lannister, the guy that plays Tyrion Lannister, he was pictured on set with a great big moustache, and people are commenting on the fact that he may be playing the creator of the Sentinels, who apparently was a midget. I can't remember if he was a midget with a big moustache, but that's who people think he is. But he's going to be in this new X-Men movie. Peter Dinklage is his name, and yeah,
Google.
It was actually. Yeah, people think that he's going to be playing Bolivar Trask, who was the creator of the Sentinels. So he's creating out a nice niche for himself outside of Game of Thrones, and much luck to him because he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a real good actor.
Fair play to him.
Anyway, have you guys got anything to speak about? Because my throat's getting dry.
We might do the interview, because we still got Tess sitting in the other room.
Yeah. Let's.
We got Tess.
We got Tess this week for an interview. Tesseract.
She's got a bit of a fan base on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, let's drag her in and see what she's got to say.
And with us tonight we have Tesseract. How are you, Tesseract?
I'm quite alright, Flame Fury.
Excellent. It's good to have you here with us this week.
It's
We're gonna
fantastic to be here.
Gonna start off with a few questions from me. What made you start playing DC?
I'm a fan of DC Comics going quite far back, and one of my friends found out that they were making an MMO, and we decided to pre-order it on Steam, have a shot at the beta, and been playing it ever since.
Ah, excellent. So you're quite familiar with DC Comics?
Yep.
Excellent. What about Marvel Comics?
I heard they've got this character called Spider-Man.
Oh, right.
I know
love
a couple
Spider-Man.
of people want to see him in DC, but you know.
Would love that.
So,
Spider-Man rules.
tell us a bit about your history in DC. How did you start off? What
Well,
leagues
as I
were you in?
said, I used to play with some friends of mine from real life. Spent the first 6 months of the game, we were just playing at the weekends and stuff. Didn't get that much time to play through it. It was a real struggle getting that first tier 1 set when all you were doing was duos and alerts occasionally. And then after about 6 months, I stopped working for a while and I had a lot more free time.
Is that when you had your first baby?
No.
Oh. So have you always played as a controller?
I have, yes. Tesseract has always been my main character. I've got a couple of ults, I've got a healer and a tank. I'm a terrible healer.
I'm a terrible troll. I mean, go on.
So
I'm average DPS as well.
what attracted you to the role of controller?
It wasn't the role
Likes
at
to be in
all.
control.
Shut up. It was when we were making our characters. Me and my friends are tabletop role players, and we were making actual character ideas that we had. So I had this idea in my head for this precog character who could see a split second into the future, but didn't have any other powers beside that. So he tended to use gadgets in fights to help him. So that was fairly obvious choice when loading up the character creation. And my other friend that I played with mostly, he also made a gadgets character. And we hit level 10 and thought, well, there's these two roles we've got. We've got DPS and we've got controller. So I'll go controller and you'll go DPS. And that was that.
Yeah. So what was your first league in DC?
We made our own. We called it Kairos, which is a Greek god of time. Kronos is also a Greek god of time, slightly different kinds of time. And there was at most that we had 8 people in it once. We even ran a couple of raids. It was good times. But unfortunately, when the mega servers happened, and particularly when free-to-play launched, and the servers were down for about a week, and they were unplayable for another week, and a lot of my friends stopped playing at the time, and over the next couple of months, the last few of them just eventually stopped playing until I was the only one left. And I thought there's this pretty decent league called Odyssey on EUPC. I'll give them a shout, see if they're looking for a controller.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, there's a guy called Zipperman in it though. He seems a bit shifty. I don't know about him.
The big DC hack did sound the death knell for quite a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, it did.
It's just a step too far.
I remember when the hack happened, and it happened exactly when I had 2 weeks off work. And I thought, excellent. The girlfriend at the time, she was away, and I thought, it's awesome. 2 weeks of me and the game. And of course, the hack happened, so it didn't turn out that way.
It was just 2 weeks of you then.
Yep.
Horrible.
It was not a good month, that.
Yeah, that happened at the same time as I just started a new job and I just moved into a new flat, and I was playing DC before that, so it sort of all worked out quite nicely.
Kind of more pissed off that the PlayStation 3 was offline. I couldn't care about DC, but it's more like, no! PlayStation gone! Can't do anything! Fucking boy! Fuck off!
I got free games out of it though.
Well, no, not 3 games. I got multiple accounts on PlayStation, so I got them all.
I
I've
said
got
free
some
games, not 3 games.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I've
sorry.
got some marks of distinction,
Oh yeah.
but not enough to make up for the month of game time that I missed out on, and the amount of marks of distinction I would have got in that time.
Well, no, because you could buy like 1 piece of tier 2, I think.
I think that was my first piece of tier 2 that I got with those marks of distinction.
Really?
Yeah, I told you I wasn't rated at the time. My distinction all came from doing daily alerts and daily duos.
Well, you should have joined the Defenders.
I should have.
So
Oh no,
tell
wait,
us
no,
a little
that's
bit
yours, isn't
about
it?
Tess the woman.
Test the woman.
Yes.
I'm 27 years old. I'm from Scotland, as you may be able to tell from my accent.
I thought you were Welsh.
No.
Same thing.
So you mentioned tabletop gaming and stuff. Is that something that you've done for a long time?
Yeah, ever since I went to university, I joined the society at uni that does that, and that's been me ever since. So, a couple of nights a week I do that.
So would you call yourself a massive geek?
Yes, I would have to, I think.
Excellent. I'm sure there's a lot of
Fantastic.
people out there that can identify with that. I know that I can.
How much of a gamer are you outside of DC Universe Online?
I used to be a much bigger gamer before I played DC Universe Online, and now almost all my time is spent playing DC Universe Online.
Do you find, as a female gamer, you get a lot of attention?
I think female gamers do get a fair amount of attention, but I think a fair amount of them are a bit attention-seeking as well.
Or do your boobs tend to get in the way of gaming?
Oh, I don't tend to flash them around that much.
I mean physically. I don't know what it'd be like to hold a controller and have boobs.
I've never found it to be an issue, but that said, I've never had the alternate experience either.
Oh, okay.
I can help you with that, with the experience.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
No.
So where do you see Odyssey or DC going? Where would you like to see it go?
About a month ago, if you'd asked where I saw Odyssey going, I'd have said, well, I'd like to get a bit more involved with the community, and the devs have got this new Friday Night Legends things going on. It'd be really nice if we get on that and just progress our YouTube channel and stuff like that. And then of course we had Origin Crisis on test server. We had our Friday Night Legends appearance. Absolutely fantastic to be a part of that. And we've kind of we've gone as far as I thought we were going to go. So I have no idea how much further we're going to be able to go now.
Yeah, because I remember there was some controversy over your gender on the Friday Night Live. It was...
So I've been informed.
Yeah. Jens and Meps actually thought that you was a male character, and they kept referring to you as a male character.
I have no idea how they got that idea.
I don't know. Perhaps it's because you play a male character.
Well, maybe. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there.
Why did you choose to play as a male character?
As I said, I was making a character concept that I already had when I was making the character. I actually made a whole bunch of characters on day one. I made a villain character. I made 2 or 3 different hero characters. The other main character that I made was a female character who was a mental player, per se even. And,
like a bunny boiler.
I got them both level to 30, but at that point, starting the grind of getting tier 1 and tier 2 gear, I had to focus on one of them, and I much preferred gadgets over mental, so that was that. So I was playing the male character. But yeah, as I say, as a tabletop gamer, I think of them as characters. I don't think of them as me in a game. So
you would say that the lore and mythology and story behind your character is quite important to you?
Yeah, I've actually, sad as though this may be, I've come up with an in-character reason for any major change I've ever made to the character. I started out with the staff as my main weapon, but it turned out to be not so good for controlling. So I switched to hand blasters, and I came up with a character reason for that. And recently, as you may have seen, I've switched from gadgets to quantum, which I'm absolutely loving. And there's an in-character reason for that as well. So it's something that I just do. It's again, it's habit more than anything else.
So can we see a Tesseract novel in the future? The
I'm
Adventures of
terrible,
Tesseract.
absolutely terrible at writing, so it seems unlikely.
Well,
Oh.
is your handwriting just shit, or you just don't know what
Yes,
to write?
both. Yes.
Let's see. I'm the same. I'm terrible at writing, but then I've got claws instead of a hand.
So you managed to type okay though?
Yeah. I just
It's traditional hunt and
extend
peck.
one of my claws.
Well, just dip your claws in the ink.
Yeah, you could do
That's a
that.
good idea.
You've contributed quite a bit to Odyssey's YouTube channel. Is that something you feel you want to continue to do, or how did that come about? Was it just a few ideas that you found that other people haven't done before, or?
Yeah, coming into it, I had done some video editing before in my youth with an old version of Windows Movie Maker, and the YouTube channel is a big part of our visibility, and I'd always kind of wanted to contribute to that. Originally, I used to play the game on a laptop that had barely managed to play the game, let alone run, video capture software. So about, it was coming up for a year ago now, I got a new PC that was able to actually do the video capturing. And so I did a little bit then, but I was still using a newer version of Windows Movie Maker, which I loathed in comparison with the old one. And eventually I got a hold of a copy of Sony Vegas, and since then I've just been doing a lot more editing. It's so much easier to do. And yeah, it's things that other people haven't done. It's been able to do the kind of the fancier stuff, because quite a few other people only still use the Movie Maker. And I quite enjoy the editing as well. But yeah, let's say the YouTube channel is a big part of our visibility. Getting regular content up on that is really handy. I don't know if you've heard of this new thing we're doing called the Lockbox. Some of the people in the league that think they're funny.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know, it's run by these guys that think they're funny, but...
Yeah, Zipperman is awesome in it, though.
Well, he's always been a bit creepy to me.
Well, yeah.
He's always talking about
peeing
in my bedroom window and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not my favourite person.
Oh. Well, this was the interview then. We're just gonna edit the part out and I'll just do your voice. Alright, I'm Scottish. I don't give a fuck.
That really is a bit more Welsh.
I don't give a shit.
So if you had a dream project, like a movie making project to do with DC, or to do with anything really, what would it be? If there was anything that you could do?
Well, to do with DC, doing something, that we haven't really seen much in DC before, an actual plot thing, movie with characters and voice acting and stuff like that you see a lot in other games, but we haven't really done much. I think that would something that we've not done before would be worth looking at. But again, you need writing for that kind of thing. I'm terrible at writing, so we'll have to convince some of our actually decent writers to do that. Would you like to star in it, Flame Fury?
I might do, yeah. I'll have to find some ink to dip my claws in, but
we need a strong leading man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's me.
Fantastic.
How do you go about raiding in the league? Are you a part of a static at all, or do you just grab anybody?
We do have static teams that run. We've got 4 or 5 at the moment. I can't keep track. The team that I'm part of, we call ourselves Team Coco Coco. There's a couple of other guys in there that you might have heard of. There's this guy called Senelex and another guy called Borsha. They run it mostly. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of them really. But yeah, we've been raiding together for about a year now, which is a bit worrying really. And that's every Thursday night. We have a static night, and we do the new content, whatever the newest content might be, and we'll do style runs to help people get feats. Which, by the way, Fortress 1, New Long Shoulders, yeah.
What, you still don't have them?
I still don't have them.
How come?
Oh, Origin Crisis.
Also,
Somebody kept stealing them.
I've got
There I
6
was.
pairs of those sitting in my bank.
There I
another
was
thing,
on
though,
my alt, and they happened to drop for someone else who I don't like.
it's kind of, yeah.
I hear I hear they drop in Brother in Arms now.
Yeah, I saw that on the forums. I'll have to do more of those. But yeah, so the statics are a big part of the league, but we raid all the time. It's, somebody gets bored and they'll ask, in league chat if anybody wants to go raiding. Most of our members don't really pug very much. We've got a couple that do pug a lot, but people, as I say, people will get bored.
I don't. I fucking hate pugs.
Yeah, I'm with him.
I've not done it much since I joined Odyssey, but yeah, we'll put out a shout, and usually we'll be able to get a team together. And particularly with the lower tier content these days, we don't need 8 people to do it. So if we don't have enough people to do it, chances are we'll just take a teleporter if there is one available. One of my favourite memories in Odyssey is the late night raiding that would occasionally happen at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. People would get bored, say, "Hey, fancy Fortress, fancy Batcaves." We ended up one time doing a Fortress 1 with a tank who was in the shapeshifted trinket gorilla form, which has no powers except throwing a barrel. It does no damage, and
Oh yeah,
so
I remember that one. And
you remember
there was
that one?
this DPS guy who just changed roles to tank. He didn't have any gear, and the only thing he did was dropping meteors so the gorilla could throw it.
So yeah, it's the wacky times that are the best.
Thank you very much for joining us, Tesseract.
Well, it's been a fun time.
It was nice to meet you finally, as I'm sure a lot of people out there would say.
It was good to finally make an appearance here.
Thank you very much for making your interview so candid.
Oh my.
And that was our interview with Tesseract. We hope you liked it. Anyway, that's all from us for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please send us your comments. Anything else, your likes, your dislikes, comments on the stories that we've given you in the YouTube channel. Also, you can download this podcast from iTunes, I believe, as well. So next to sort that out for us.
Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can follow us on our Facebook, which links on our YouTube channel as well.
Right. Well, thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
Remember, it ain't never rats.